Danielle Smith, back with Style in Your Life. You know, there is a special day coming up very soon, and it's one that stresses a lot of people out, my husband included, Mother's Day. And I wanted to give you a couple of easy and inexpensive ways to head down the flower route. Much like Valentine's Day, flowers around Mother's Day can be quite expensive. So this is option number one. Head to the grocery store and buy a prepackaged package of flowers. Go for ones that, you know, in the colors that your mom likes. This particular bouquet of flowers cost me $10. So what you need other than this, scissors, and some tissue paper in any color that you like, and some ribbon, because we're gonna repackage these. So instead of you going to a florist shop and spending $30, $40, $50 on a big bouquet of flowers, you're going to find some in the colors that your mom likes, and you're gonna repackage them yourself. So the first thing you do is you cut them open. It's always wise to retrim the flowers, and you always trim at an angle just to keep them fresher. They will stay fresher longer. If you need to, you can put them in water temporarily while you are waiting before you repackage them, before you give them to your mom. If there is a color on there that you like, you can certainly keep a special tissue paper on there if you'd like to. I will go ahead and keep the yellow on there just for a little bit of extra because it adds a little something special. And then I will lay out my additional colors. I'm gonna go with a green ribbon because I do prefer any wired ribbon because it always ties so pretty. So I'll put the pink on the bottom and I'll lay it out first. And I will lay the paper out in different angles. So I'll take a couple sheets of the pink and I'll lay those out at an angle. I'll throw a sheet of white in, one or two if you'd like. And again, just changing the angle on these just so that it makes the bouquet full. And then I'll put the green on the inside because the green is the color that I am wrapping. And again, just switching up the angles. Once I put the flowers in the center, I'm going to wrap around them. Start by wrapping at the bottom, and then I wrap in. And then I'm gonna tie the ribbon around. I decide how much ribbon I need. And I always go a little bit extra on ribbon because I prefer to be able to tie a very good bow. That's a priority for me. Once you've tied the bow, I turn the edges down so that the different colors can be seen. And the flowers are visible, and the bow is perfect. So then you have a special package that you've created for your mom, and you did this for $10 and a little bit of extra ribbon and paper that you had around your house. So that's option number one. Option number two is to buy individual arrangements of flowers at the grocery store and then arrange them into a vase. So if you want to do that, you have a couple of options. You can buy flowers that are of similar color, or you can go with a different variety. I happen to choose sort of a similar color palette because that's the style that I prefer. So I chose hydrangea, lilies, astromeria, and then these are bells of Ireland because I like the extra green that we can add at the end. Now, when you do this whole thing cost me about $20 just to buy them individually. So not super expensive, but again, something that can be special, and we're gonna put them in a vase. What you do is you choose the center arrangement, whatever color you want to be the center focus. So for me, that would be the lilies. And then you're going to arrange other things that you want around them. So I would want the hydrangea to be the next focus around. And we're gonna trim the stems when we're done. Astromeria accents from there. The bells of Ireland I'm going to leave till the very end. I will add those because they're the extra green. I'll add those after the arrangement is completely done. We start from the center and we work our way out, and if you need to, you can look at it from the top just to see how it's looking and where you might need to add extra. And so then I would think I need a little extra astromeria right there. And then hold up your vase. Where size-wise do you want it to be? And you can figure out where you would like to start trimming. I would trim, always trim at an angle. Start by trimming your longest. And then see where we are. We're still gonna be just a little bit high because ultimately you do want all of these to be about the same height. And then we can add the bells of Ireland. We can decide if we want the bells of Ireland to be something that stands in the center to give us a little accent in the center. So the green adds just a little bit of texture, and it adds just a little more fun to the arrangement. And if you really want to, you can always tie some ribbon around the vase, because I have that here as an extra. But there's really very little that separates this from something that's super fancy. So there you have a couple of options. You can spend $10 and hand deliver an arrangement like this, or you can spend $20 in one of the vases that you have lying around your home and do something creative just based on your own design. A couple of Mother's Day options for you. Hope those give you a little bit of inspiration. Thank you as always for watching. You can always find me on Twitter, as you know, at Danielle Smith TV. And you know I love to hear from you, so comment away. Thank you again for watching. Happy Mother's Day.